The Digiwaxx.
Man, big up KWAME in the building, man. A long time, friend to Digiwaxx, and I guess all around everything, man. Rapper, producer, fashion icon, inventor.
Only on Wednesdays, man. Only Wednesday. Every other day, I'm walking around in my pajamas. What's
Yeah,
good?
I love watching it.
Feeling?
Oh, we good, man. Everybody's good, man. Thanks for joining for sure.
No, super. Thank you for having me.
No doubt, man. But shit, we couldn't have it no other way. No, this is well overdue. I'll say that. This is
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. But welcome to New Music Wednesdays. Shout out to all the DJs in the building.
Yes, every one of y'all, every one of the turntablists in the house.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Toy Tuesdays.
Ah.
I've been watching your gram, and it is one of the most creative with Toy Tuesdays and anime and
yeah
joints. So far, it's just like it's like your Kwame's just down. You know what I mean? Because it's like big kid. This is who we are, and fire, fire.
For a lot of people don't know. I'm you can see my surroundings. I'm a real heavy nostalgia collector, heavy toy collector. And if at first it was something that I would do to pretty much get my mind off of the day-to-day of the music industry. You know what I'm saying? It's something that kept me connected to growing up in Queens, New York, just the things that I used to love doing and representing. And I just stuck with it. And now flash forward to 2024, I have I'm a part of a toy company. And I'm in that lane for real, while still being in the music lane. And it just keeps me refreshed, man. It's just like I don't like to be stagnant in just one thing. So this whole pop culture hobbyist collecting thing, that's I'm a geek, man. That's the only way I can put it. I'm just one big old geek.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And while we were on that topic, how did that start? Was this a childhood thing?
Yeah. It was just, I'm a very imaginative kid, or I was. I'm not a kid no more, but even though I think I am. I was like a real imaginative kid. And it was just things like, whether it started out like 77, 78 with Star Wars toys, or in the 80s with G.I. Joe and Transformers and all that stuff. Those things just fueled my imagination, to be honest with you. And it also translated into my music. So, if you listen to, classic records like The Rhythm, I'm referring to Marvel superheroes like the Mighty Thor and stuff like that. I'm always referring to those things. Star Trek, Star Wars, all of those fantasy things were put into the music, still is put into the music, because on the flip side of it, you got so much music that's not necessarily reality based, but hyper reality based. It's like, I grew up in the worst place in the world. I get shot at every single day. I got blah, blah, blah. It's all that hyper reality. So my thing was, okay, why can't I do something on the other side of it and bring some of the fantasy in there, some of the fun in there, as well as keeping, making sure lyrically is on point and rhythmically is on point, but still adding that element, because it represents a chamber that we are. Black people, especially, Black people in the inner city, we're not a monolith. We have our thugs, we have our brainiacs, we have our geeks that like comic books, and then we have people that like all things in between. So, I wanted to always represent that chamber of us.
Yeah, I love it, man. You talk about Comic-Con, you talk about San Diego Comic-Con, you talk about all the stuff I'll be sneaking to, and we talk about it on here too. Like, there's a big video game / movie, Marvel movie, all types of movie population on this call alone. So
don't get that conversation started, man. We ain't gonna be talking about music.
Listen.
Don't start.
I just gotta ask. I gotta touch on it. One second. Wolverine, Deadpool. What you expect?
All right, let me tell you my rule. Anybody who's into Marvel movies, DC movies, any kind of science fiction movie, whatever, I have a rule. I do not watch trailers. period. I don't look at the trailer. If a trailer is like, it may be like that very first teaser trailer that they may drop, I might do that. That's a big might, because I want to go into the movie fresh. I don't want no spoilers. I don't want to know nothing. I just want to walk in. If I see it coming out, Deadpool, Wolverine, all right, I'm already in. I know the history. I know the comics. I know the characters very well. Let me walk in there fresh. I don't want to know nothing. And when people spoil it, man, I want to throw every rock, bottle, car, whatever I could throw at them. I'm trying to do it because I just don't like it. And this might not be the popular opinion. First and foremost, I'm a comic book fiend. I'm a comic book head. But do I have to lean toward one or the other? I lean toward DC. And I super respect Marvel. So I don't hate one over the other. I don't think one is better. Each thing represents something for me. Marvel represents more of a reality-based, New York City-based thing, and I can super relate. Spider-Man's from Queens. I'm from Queens. Things like that. I can relate to those things. Superman, Batman, those are other things. Those are will-based things. Like, say, for example, Batman. Here goes Batman running around with all the most powerful beings in the universe, and this dude got a utility belt. He got a utility belt and $1 billion, but in his mind, they can't rock with him. He's not afraid of none of them. All these bigger superheroes or villains are around him, and Batman's like, yo, whatever. I'm coming at all of y'all. And that to me is something that as a kid that resonates with you, because there's always going to be somebody bigger. There's always going to be somebody stronger, always going to be somebody, but you should be able to have enough confidence to go toe to toe, and so I just rock with so many different, I rock with the characteristics, the psychological characteristics of a lot of different superheroes. It's not just a fanfare thing for me.
Wow, that's dope. That's real. Shout out to the chat. They going off.
I bet you people are probably like, this dude like DC? Yes, I like DC. What you want?
You starting it. I'm just saying. But while we're on a movie topic, all the things you've done in your career, have you done any scores?
Oh, yeah. I have, just to name a few, Step Up 2, the first Fantastic Four. I just did a holiday movie last year called Seasons of Love. What other movies? Freedom Riders. I'm looking. I got there's a bunch. Scary Movie 4. I've done some films.
Yeah, don't quite. Damn.
Yeah, I've done about 13, 14 films so far.
Yeah, that's just one of the best things about you. You're so humble. People don't know how many things you got going on, all these things.
And I'm just trying to get some money to buy some more toys. That's all I'm worried about. I don't got no time to have no airs about me. There's nothing better or worse. Look, man, I just need to feed my addictions. And luckily my addictions don't kill me. That's it. I just want to have fun and grow old gracefully with my stuff around me. I'm good.
That's real shit. That is real shit. All right, let's jump into the song. Love the variant. It's just different. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so Stroke Different. I was every year for the last 30 years. I say to myself, I'm going to make a new record. I say to myself, I'm going to make an album. And then I end up either taking something that I'm probably working on and putting it to another artist, or just doing it for my own, just my own leisure. Because I understand the lane, I understand the demographics, I understand the playing field. And I understand that I'm not 16 years old again. Now, that's not being anything negative. That's just saying that if I work on something, if I work on a project, if I work on an R&B project, and if it's a UAC, urban contemporary project, I know where to put that. If I work on a pop project, I know where to put that. If I work on a mainstream hip hop project, I know where to put that. But if I work on a project, I don't know where to put that. You know what I'm saying? Because, and it's nothing against DJs as a whole, but the box is a very small box. And we know, you know what I'm saying? We all know our top records that we got to play, where we got to play them, how we got to play them. So for somebody in my graduating class, we may want to put out records, and a lot of times we put out records to compete with kids, or we put out records to compete with a landscape that isn't built for us. So how do you maneuver that? How do you deal with that while still being actively creative? I've given like mainstream records. I have given mainstream records from 1989 to right now. You know what I'm saying? Just as records that I've written, produced, all that stuff. So I've been in the lane probably longer than, I don't know anybody that I can compare myself to as far as being in a mainstream lane consistently with whatever, whether it's production or whatever. But as far as for myself, where do I put it? You know, and then, so I was making these records, and then I'm making a record that could, in the tempo that could go along with maybe a Drake record, or in the tempo that can go along with this kind of record and that kind of record. Not trying to sound like them, but trying to be able to be put in that lane. And then I'm like, nah, man, I want to speak to the people that's like me. And I want to make records for people that are like me. And I'm not trying to, it's not about a competition or anything. Somebody has to be music is a voice of demographics of people. Music is a voice of all different types of people. But if you're going down one lane and you're saying one thing and you're sounding one way and you're representing one world, what happens to all the other people that may possibly want to have a voice too? So if my voice has always been for those different kids, the kids that probably sit in the back of the classroom, the kids that, sit on the other side of the lunchroom, whatever it is, that was what my voice was. The kids that dress different, that may think different, talk different, whatever, but still be down. And that's when I started really focusing on songs like that. So, and then I also wanted to play on nostalgia. So the first single, Stroke Different, literally is just a play on the Different Strokes thing. I'm not trying to, it's not a record where I need a big old feature for the hook singing some song and, some R&B type feature or anything like that. It's just a play on a Different Strokes thing. So if you're from that era, if you're of that era, if you're of that nostalgia, when you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I got it. And that's it. That's all I wanted. I wanted to achieve that. I want you to hear it and be like, oh, I got that. And even when it comes down, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg, because the visuals that are going to go along with the records that I'm going to be doing on this new album, the visuals are very heavy on that. They're very heavy on that play. And I just want people to have that memory of the time when it was all right for hip hop to make you feel good and not have a stress. Because and that's the beauty of hip hop. This is the beautiful thing about hip hop. There are so many different types of hip hop now. There's a check, you can check off a box for every emotion. Like, yo, I want to go punch somebody in the face. Give me that MOP real quick. You know what I'm saying? I want to break up with my girl, put on that Drake real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or it's whatever it is. There's a hip hop for that. There's a lane of hip hop for that. But where's the lane for the kids like me? And that's what I'm attempting to put out records to fit that lane. And hopefully other people in my demographic will, be there with me. And, because a lot of people from my generation are putting out records. And I hope that they're being conscious that our generation wants to be fed just like the younger generation as well.
Man, that's a bar on top of a bar. We've had a great discussion earlier today about this conversation.
Yeah.
And before we even go back into that, I want to play the record. I want to play it open for everybody to comment on and sort of say, answer your question. Where does this play? How does this play? All of those questions. We'll come back. We'll talk some more. Check out New KWAME, Stroke Different. Listen, be honest with your thoughts and let us know what you think.
Simple.
Bionic. Let's go.
So it was super wild. We had played that on a call before, and CL was like, I want y'all to guess who this is. And nobody could guess, for obvious reasons. But everybody loved the record then. And I know everybody's going to talk about how much they love the record now. The wild thing about it for me is that I was talking to a guy maybe like last week after Cameron dropped his last freestyle from the show, from his podcast. And the guy was saying, man, I wonder, is this going to be a new genre of music where, folk drop the samples and then drop bits and pieces of the original record in it. And here you go, you did it first, obviously, at least first in this era of music. Cam did it with his freestyle. Is that something that you think that you might go ahead and gravitate to and attach to? Or was that like a one-time thing for this particular record that you were just like, hey, this is what it's going to be?
It's crazy. I think about that all the time. I thought about it like when I dropped it like on Instagram, I guess like a freestyle as well. And the response was crazy. So I put it out and I dropped it in March. I actually dropped it on my birthday, March 28th. And people started hitting me like, yo, do this show, do that show, do this show, do that show. And I think about it. And then I did some other ones. I did like the Jeffersons, and I did Facts of Life, and then I did Golden Girls. Like I got those in the chamber, right? And then I was thinking, am I going to be the TV show guy? Because, for me, and I think it's a little bit different for me, I want to take it back for a minute in my beginning, where when I first came out, right? Real quick, the back of my album cover had on a white shirt with black polka dots and a black and white tie, right? Took the same shirt, used it as a pajama top in my first video. That's it. And in the same outfit I used in my single cover because it was the same day. It was the same photo shoot. But then I turned into the polka dot guy because I did that. Everywhere I went, it was like, yo, where's the dots? Where's the polka dots? And I'm like, yo, wait, I just wore one shirt 2 times. And it turned into a thing. And I appreciated it because anybody that's from that era that can remember back to that era, you saw the snowball effect of that. And for the most part, it was positive until people thought that it wasn't positive anymore. You understand? So I think about it all the time. I'm like, okay, I think the record is dope. I love the record. I wouldn't be playing it. I'm very, very choosy about what I play and what I make. But what happens if I keep doing that? Am I turning into the one-trick pony when I'm way more than one trick? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, do I drop it here and there? And now I see Cam is doing it, and then somebody else is going to do it. And my only thing is, if it turns into a lane that people go on, I have no problem staying in that lane and being in that lane from time to time. it's never going to be single after single after single, but I'll jump in and out of that lane that I helped establish for this time. My thing is, I just hope that people recognize where they heard it first and speak on that. Because it's never a time where I want to come out and play my record and be like, oh, you doing that cam stuff. Like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Or say, for example, if say a newer rapper, I'm just naming somebody, J. Cole comes out with a song like that, and then everybody now supposedly copying J. Cole. Like, nah, let's speak on where we heard it and let people exist in that lane. Cause it's a cool lane. I think it's cool. I love that groove theory thing that Cam did. You know, Cam did it with Old Boy, technically. So you know, not to, you know, he didn't do it to this extent where we're taking phrases and words and turning it into our lyrics, but it's been done to a certain extent. I took it to another extent. Cam is expanding on that as well. And I think it can be a lane. And I think it can be a very refreshing lane for hip hop, because a lot of times the rhythms, the vibes that we hear in a lot of current hip hop are very, very, very familiar to each other. You know, especially in tempo and stuff. You're doing a party, you're spinning. You could just blend one record into the next record, into the next record, into the next record, and there's no refreshers. So I think records like this can possibly be a refresher. Now, you know, I would love to hear everybody's take on where they can see the record fit. And I know where I would personally fit it. I know where I do fit it when I do my personal sets on the road. But, you know, I would love to see, you know, people's take on that as well.
And if you want some more, I did a project back in the day called TV Land. I got a whole bunch of damn, you know, old TV show beats. So if you want to drop your info in the chat, I'll send you out that joint in the morning.
Okay, cool. Dope.
C Styles.
Yo, what up, KWAME? First off,
What up, fam?
last time we saw each other was at the Boardwalk Hall, and I had just got on stage because I DJ for Sugar Hill Gang and Furious 5.
Yeah.
So that's the last time we saw each other. But
Yep.
that record is so refreshing and so fucking out of here. I mean, I first heard it when you did it on Instagram, so I was blown in. And then when CL was talking about it, I was like, yo, if he's talking about the same record that I heard, this shit was fire. Because
thank you, man.
because first of all, like you said, that's a lane that you can take because it's a trend. You started a trend with the polka dots. And then what happened? Everybody else wanted to have polka dot shirts, rocking with the hot top fades and all that shit. It's nothing but a trend, man. So at the end of the day, you just starting the trend. And when you start in the trend, you lead by example sometimes. And some it's not necessarily called biting, it's called paving the way for people to be smart enough to do what you do and use their brain. Because the way shit's going right now, they're not using their brain. You gotta be a clever ass nigga to do what he just did. Like to even use the wordplay like that. Like the wordplay itself going in with the record, like it's the timing is so on point with it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I'm paying homage on the fact that the polka dot man is back. God damn it. I said I'll put my stamp on it.
Good looking.
Dope. And I do want to say that too. Like, one of the things that's it's just creative all the way through. It was like that the first time I heard it. Shout out to DJ Rip, who actually sent it to me first.
Yeah, Rip.
Caught me off guard, and I was like, oh, all this music, you know, the veteran music. First of all, we had a great conversation earlier today about the fact that there should be a place in radio due to the fact that there is a huge listener base that is begging for refreshing music, hip hop music. LL, what he's doing is amazing. What you're doing is amazing. Greg Nice, amazing. Lights, new stuff, amazing. And it keeps coming. Shout out to the Dog Pound on the West Coast, amazing. Where does this music get played? And my thing is that radio talks about it's dying, its ratings are dying. You ain't trying nothing new. And sometimes what's best is what was, not just what was, but follow the vibe, man. Follow the vibe. Because I can tell you all the records that I did, all the artists that we just named, we played them or they've been on this call and way more response than the sexy. No hate on nobody's genre. This is not.
No.
This is just being honest with the reactions and energy that comes off of this platform and others. And there is a space for it. We're not advertising and we're not advocating for it enough.
I think I have a lot of, I know I don't have that much time, but I have a lot of thought on that. I have a lot of thought on my generation making records. We choose to treat rap like it's boxing or like it's basketball or football, and they think you're supposed to age out. When you got to understand that hip hop, well, at least rapping, is based on experience and how you take the experience and project it into lyrics. So you mean to tell me that I'm supposed to only hold on to the experiences of a 16 to 25-year-old, and then after 25, you run out of experience? You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to subscribe to that. So now here I am. I don't even know how old I am. 52 years old. And so from the time I was 25 to right now, I just did not experience different things. You know, I don't come across different things. And it's like we have been conditioned, especially in hip hop, we've been conditioned to be ahead of the curve when it comes to trends and fads and style and stuff like that. And all of that is great, but then sometimes it pushes you back. It pushes you back because then somebody my age could start doing something real goofy to be in that current trend or be in that current fad and things like that. And we are smart enough not to do something like that. We're smart enough to be able to put our experiences, and we understand the culture from a whole nother type of perspective. You know, I said one time online, it's like somebody was saying, well, you know, I made a comment about something that was like, oh, hey, you just don't understand what's going on. I'm like, well, first of all, when you're at a certain point in life, you've experienced enough to not only have the experience of what you've been through, you're able to see things in real time, what's happening. And because of your experience, you can pretty much predict what's going to happen. History repeats itself every second of the day. So why not come with that kind of experience and that kind of vibe with making records? A rock and roll person does it every day. A folk music person does it every day. A country music person does it every day. But we supposed to just sit down and do what? And I think that on another note, why do we have to wait for somebody to give us a platform? We didn't wait for nobody to give us a platform when we started as kids. You know, anybody from the beginning era, we never waited for a platform. We built platforms, period. You know, somebody goes, oh, the radio should be playing us. No, well, no. Guess what? When hip hop, and I don't want to sound like super old school, man, but a truth is a truth. When hip hop first started, radio did not play us. When I was making records, radio would say, yo, we doing a no rap workday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We are not playing rap, period. Did we stop rapping? No. Did we stop making records? No. We created platforms. There were park jams. There was, you know, there was house parties. There was whatever it was. we created the lane for our stuff to be heard. And I think this is the one criticism that I'll have for my generation. My generation comes from this thought mentality of you have to do for self, you got to get yours and get ahead. When I think if we collectively, you know, like if LL drops something, and if Light drops something, and if I drop something, if Greg Nice drops something, if I don't, you know, whoever drops something, it should be a collective conscious that LL reposts a Light song, LL reposts, I repost the LL song. Everybody should be collectively supporting each other. And we do not do that because we're still in our mindset, our 19-year-old competitive mindset that we're trying to compete for a chart position. There are no charts for us. There's no radio playlist for us. There's no major tour for us. But we can make it. We can make that. If everybody says, say, for example, if LL's at the top of the line, right? If, say, LL got something new and Will Smith has something new, they're at the top of the bar. And somebody says, okay, LL, we want you to do a show. And LL says, well, I don't do the show unless Light, KWAME, Greg Nice, so-and-so, such and such as is on the show. He has that power. I may not have that power, but Will Smith has that power. LL Cool J has that power. Queen Latifah has that power. And some of them, they do exercise that power. You see, you know, like Latifah goes out, she brings out Light, she brings out Moni. That makes sense. You know, somebody like a Will Smith that goes out, bring out the people from his lane, bring out Kid and Play, bring out KWAME, bring out Salt and Pepper. You know, or if De La Soul goes out, bring out not just native tongue people. I fit that lane too. You know, whoever we fit with, we should be able to say, this is us. You know, if I got to quote, if I got to use the most common quote in the world, they not like us. And we need to be who we are together. Because once we do it together, like hip hop was before, it was a movement together. You recognize that there is a lane, there is a space, and there is a place for us as long as we're doing it right. You can't just be like a veteran and put out a record and expect everybody to just grab onto your record because it's you. No, I'm really legit saying, if you're going into the studio, go into the studio with all that kung fu you got. Like seriously, you know, and don't rest on this is gonna get played on the radio. This is gonna get man, just make that. Like I may stroke different. I have no intention of somebody saying this is gonna be on the radio. Nah, I just made what I thought was dope. And that's the only reason why I started making records for myself again, because I said I want to get to the place where I know that I'm not competing for a radio slot. I'm not competing for anything. I just want to make what I think is dope. And I'm tired of saying the same 35-year-old records on stage. So I need a reason before I go into the rhythm and before I go into Only You. Give me a reason to spit some new rhymes that I know is good. Give me a reason to drop some new beats that I know is good. And let me have some fun. That simple.
Man, that was a quote. Said a lot of real shit in there in terms of creating your own. That's really the answer. And I agree. Queen B, I'm gonna let you go do your thing.
Hi, I'm Queen B out of Hartford, Connecticut. What's up,
Hey,
Queen?
Queen B.
I just want to let you know that I did do a dance routine to Only You back in the days.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate what your contributions to hip hop and how you influence people with polka dots, because I did wear polka dots as well.
Thank you.
I just want to say the song, I love the song. I describe it as like a quick mix, like when DJs do quick mixes. It's like a song, a quick mix song.
Yeah.
You do like the 1 minute segments and they mix up they do the wordplay on the songs. That's what it reminds me of. So I would, it's it's upbeat, high energy, and I love it. I love it, and I think that it is a great song. So I like it. So
Thank you so much. Thanks. That's the point. Like I made it. It's like 117.5, 118, and I put it in that tempo because if they hear a record from KWAME, they're automatically going to go golden era, and that tempo fits so many golden era records. It fits Chub Rock, or It Takes Two. It fits Only You. It fits the rhythm. It fits Warm It Up, Kane. It fits in that. If you want to go classic, you can put a neo-classic record like Stroke Different within that, and you're not going to disrupt the vibe at all. And if you listen to the record, it's almost a DJ setup when I go after the first verse, take it back to 89, 999. You can go right there, take it back to 89. Boom, come, get some, you little bomb. You know what I'm saying? You can just go in and you go into your set. It also fits, I feel like it fits with the music of my generation. It fits with Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. It fits in with Square Biz. It fits in with All My Love, Luther Vandross. It fits in all those, anywhere between that 112, 116 tempo, where the people that know who I am, the people from my generation can hear the old classic nostalgia records. It's different strokes. It's in that era, but yet it's new at the same time. So that quick mix, that what you're saying is definitely an intended thing when I made it.
Thank you for answering my questions. Salute.
Thank you.
Real quick, I'm gonna go to DJ Swerve because he hasn't spoken today. Swerve, go ahead, and then we'll go to old school.
Kwame, was good.
What up, Swerve?
Yeah, we use the same engineer. I met you up in Mercy Sound some years back.
Oh, no. So you rock with Cuss.
Cuss, yes.
Yes.
He mixed a lot of my projects as well. So, and that's my mentor. My mentor. You know what I mean? So I already know a lot of the Vivian Green joints. I heard, playing a snippet in the studio. You know what I mean, before they came out and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, from one producer to another, I see you still use the XL, still have mine, and I also have the newer ones too. But I'm saying I already know that you're creative, and I heard that joint. Our birthdays are like 8 days away from each other. So I know that you creative, I'm creative. So I know it is great, and I always appreciate the music that you produced for artists and also put out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you still, behind the scenes, still doing what you love. And I'm a collector too. You know what I'm saying? I got like a Voltron. I ain't never even brought it out. I still got the steel metal Voltron. I got it.
No, don't take it out the box, man.
No. I never did. I never did because it has the authenticity number on there and everything.
Oh yeah.
I got it from Tokyo years ago. And and as far as movies, I'm a collector of a lot of DVDs. So I know movies. I got all of the DC and Marvel. So I'm not on your level. No way, no how. I don't have the space with equipment. I'm a geek too. I'm a geek when it comes to gear, equipment, and DVDs, movies, and all that kind of stuff. So everything that you said earlier, man, I was like, yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same too. But you know what I'm saying? I love what you're doing, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Keep being innovative. You know what I'm saying? Keep bringing out some stuff, man. But I would love to. I think we all say that we would love to hear a project out on you, man.
No, definitely. I'm doing it out. I'm almost done, to be honest with you. The name of the album is called The Different Kids. And the way I want to roll the album out, yes, I want to do a complete album. First of all, I want to do the album. It has to be on vinyl as well. You have all that streaming stuff, but I just personally need to see a new piece of vinyl with my name on it, just for my personal collection. So I'm definitely going to do the vinyl. And everything is going to be heavily visual, because I think when I first came out, that was my strength. My strength was more, I feel, visual. And then after you dealt with the visual, you caught on to the audio of it. So I think the thing that's, I don't want to say I think, I know the only things that's holding me up from putting out a due date is I am getting these visuals together, because I'm telling y'all now, there's no diss to any other rapper or anybody, but I do not want to make a video where I'm standing in front of my bodega in Queens. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to do what's already been done. You know, and I don't want to make a video where, if I'm going to do something fantastical, like, for example, an artist can make a video and they in their Lambo or they in a Ferrari or whatever, and they may not have that. Fine. If I'm going to put myself in those positions, I need to find the Batmobile. I need to find an X-Wing fighter. I need to, if I'm going to go fantasy, let me go fantasy, and incorporate some dope AI imagery and things like that. I want you to be able to, we don't have video shows. So you're looking on your phone, you're looking on your computer, and I want to be able to give you that visual to where you're not scrolling, you're not swiping. You're like, what the hell is this? This dude is out his fucking mind. Those are the things that I'm putting together now. So once that is put together, there's an album attached. And now you can go listen to the album. And it's real shit on the album. It's real things that I'm talking about in a humorous way, or in a slick way. I'm not trying to preach or point a finger at people, but just things that I may be going through as an adult, other people that I know are going through as adults. And from that perspective, I don't want to, come at people or come at things musically on a non-realistic playing field. So saying all that, yes, the album is called The Different Kids. I would like to put it out late September, October. Tentative perfect date for me is October 31st, my favorite day of the year. And let's see what happens. But those visuals got to be right. Like, I ain't doing nothing unless that visual is dope. Period. I'm not even.
One more thing I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna go. But when the Thundercats movie come out, are you gonna do some background music for that? I know you're gonna get excited when that come out, and all our childhood movies are coming to the big screen and everything like that. And I know you would love, since you are a collector. I know you want first dibs on all that stuff. I already know.
Y'all don't understand. And if my brain was like a bank vault, there's a whole section of soundtracks that I have in my mind that if there was a Thundercats movie, boom, if there was a proper, whatever kind of movie, boom. Here's the thing, and I don't want to make it like a race thing, but Hollywood has their go-to guys when it comes to these big budget action movies. And the go-to guys don't necessarily always look like me. None of them do. And one of the missions that I'm on is to be able to tap into that lane, tap into the lane of John Williams, tap into the lane of Bear McCready or just so many different cats that are doing these types of scores, and they may not even be of the culture. They got paid to do this score, and then it's hero music, and they may not even be of the culture. Like, come on, man! If there was a Thundercats movie and I'm scoring that movie, I'm thinking about Lion-O, Panthro, Wily Kid, Wily Cat, the Thunder Tank, Mum Rod, Robert, all of these people is in my mind. It's in my DNA. So of course, if I was able to spit that out musically, man, come on. Come on. And it doesn't even have to be quote unquote hip hopped out. You know, it can have that, because I think everything I make, even the softest R&B record that I do, there's a hip hop backbone into it. It's just DNA music for me. But to answer your question, yeah, give me that chance. Give me that chance in a second. I'm in it, all in it.
Oh shit. All right. We'll ask everybody go a little quick. We'll go with 30 seconds. And then get in and out just because we running with time. So all right. Old school DJ, then Jeannie, then Big Red, and K.
What's good?
Yo,
KWAME.
what's good? What's good? What's good?
How y'all doing out there, Digiwaxx family? This is old school DJ from Saytown, putting it down, San Antonio. And you know, you're looking good still, you know, the fact that black don't crack, you know. And,
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, you know, how, you know, I've been listening to you since you came out, of course, you know, and you had a bunch of, you know, little jam, I mean, not little jam, but good, big songs that came out that had that kind of a style, you know, that breathing style in the background, the and all that, you know, and that was different and started a trend in itself. And I was just, you know, that trend you're doing with the songs now, I was just wondering, like, would you like to collaborate with some other people like Slick Rick or Dougie Fresh? And then also that song by it's a new song by what's her name? Kalani. She's got that song called 8. You know, she's using your Only You sample on there.
Yep.
And I kind of mix, I like mixing old with new. And so I kind of mix them two together, you know, try to mix them together. And the last thing I want to ask is, do you have you heard that song by Fatback? There's a song by him where he's got this monologue throughout the whole song. It's got this nice bass to it. And I was thinking about putting words in between that to complete the monologue, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not creative enough, but maybe somebody like you can do something like that.
I haven't heard the Fatback record yet, you know, so if you want to put a link of it in the chat, that'd be great. As far as working with other rappers, you'd be surprised. Like I'm with the classic MCs all the time, every weekend. I don't know if anybody's aware that I have a crew called the Alumni, and the Alumni is myself, Greg Nice, Chubb Rock, Moni Love, Dana Dane, and formerly Special Ed is in the crew as well. And so we always get on stage together, we do our songs together, and then we're always on the road with each other. But everybody knows me as I'm on the road as a producer. You know, I got to set up in the hotel room. I got to set up wherever I can. So there's a lot of times that I'm either possibly, you know, there's records that I got on classic artists just as a producer that may come out, may never come out. But like, you know, you name somebody like Rick, you know, Rick, you know, anybody knows my lineage, Rick and Dana, they're like my OG, they're like my idols. So like anything, like things, I've done things with Rick, I've done things with Dana, but making it, you know, I have records on LL Cool J. I have records on so many different people. I have records on Yo-Yo. I have records on so many different people, Moni Love. It's just a matter of people releasing records. You know, that's not up to me. I can make a record, you know, like before Biz passed, we got a dope record called Talk to Me. It's dope. You know, it's not up to me to release. And I'm never gonna disrespect that situation, whoever's controlling people's estates or controlling, you know, whoever the controllers of their individual situations are. I don't have control of that. Just like with the group of the Alumni that I named, the people that I rock with, we have records, full on records, you know, but it'll be like everybody from the group will put their verse down, but like, I don't know, Special Ed don't show up, or Chubb Rock didn't show up, or, you know, whoever, you know, so it's like incomplete, you know, 90% done songs. And I think most producers are like that, especially most higher level producers. You know, there's records, I got Jay-Z records, you know, it's like there are records that we have in our stash that just hasn't seen the light of day. And hopefully one day they will. So I have no problem ever collabing. And like I did a record with Conway the Machine, and he used Only You as well. He kind of used like a variation of Only You, and he does his part, and then I jump in and I come in and I flip one of my Only You verses, but in a more, you know, contemporary style. Kalani just beat him to the punch.
Oh, I need to hear that one.
I have a version. How about this? I have, from back in the days, I have Freeway remaking Only You with Faith Evans as the singer. So, like, I got records. I got people singing and rapping over the rhythm. You know, my thing is I don't like to reproduce my records. If you would ask me to flip one of my songs, I'm like, you know, I was like, because it took my energy at that time to make that song. So I just don't, I'm not that creative to redo me. It's like me putting on my favorite outfit in the 8th grade and coming outside now and saying, look, and you know what I'm saying? I can't do it. But to answer your question, I don't want to be too long-winded, but yes, I'm down for all of that.
Yeah, it's like an artist. It's like an artist playing, making a painting and then trying to paint over it. You know, you just you work alone. You know, creativity doesn't have an age. So that's another thing. I agree with you that age, we should be accounted for in the demographics, and we're not as much. You know, and this music that song that you put out is bringing that back. You know,
I just want to speak to us, man. I just want to speak to us. Thank you.
Yeah, now, and real quick, just because I wanted everybody to sort of address the question you had. Was there anybody in particular that felt that stroke different? I know Queen, you sort of said where you thought it could fit, but anybody else had an opinion on where they think the song can fit in the set?
Yeah,
that was one thing I wanted to do, because you know I know we're sort of running short on time, but I wanted to get that addressed. Anybody got something they want to say on that? Please feel free. Just turn your mic on.
Yeah, I think this song could go good with you know, a clash of like they said with the Cameron joint. You know, you can mix it in with the old boys, and you can, I mean, just to take it back with some old, some fresh. You know what I mean, with the wordplay. You know, I think you can do that too with the song. The song, like I said, to me, I love the song. The song fun. You know, it's something, again, like you said, something different. And I like it. That'll be my mix. That'll be my juggle with it. You know, if I had to juggle, that would I would mix it in with that right there with the old boy joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also had a question. So can I just throw that in real quick, CL? Quick question. Not gonna hold you, but KWAME, just want to say thanks for being on the call. Real quick. I just want to let you know that you so iconic in my life, man, that I had to put the die strip in my head, man, because of you.
Did you get in trouble, though?
My 7th grade year, my 8th grade year, man, I was the dopest kid in Dallas, Texas.
All right.
They was like, where did you get it from? Only you, I tell you now.
Did you get in trouble for doing that, though?
No, everybody was like, yo, where'd you get that from? I was like, man, it's a New York thing. You know,
that's
so
dope.
I'm talking about you.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you for setting trends, man, and the polka dots. I appreciate that trend.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
My time now.
Jeannie, go real quick.
Yes, what's up, KWAME, Jeannie Sweetness, representing for the Caribbean. So of all of your productions, I have not heard anything Caribbean. It's been mostly hip hop and R&B and so forth. Yes, sir.
You gotta play Vivian Green, I don't know.
Okay.
Vivian Green, I don't know. There's another song on her current album. It's like every time we do an album, we have to do a Caribbean vibe.
Yes.
And we don't do it on purpose. It's just that I don't know, man. I think I have like a Jamaican.
You're from Queens.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying when I go in and I make reggae, I know how to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like I really know how to make it. So I'm in there and I'm rocking, and Viv will come into the studio and she's like, I'm singing over that. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But really check out Vivian Green, I don't know. That's definitely. And there's another song called This Love by Vivian Green. And that's on some straight up lovers rock. This Love and Vivian Green, I don't know. Trust me when I tell y'all, 100% Caribbean vibe all day long. And it ain't like me I'm not trying to be like it. It's just, it's DNA, man. I got to do it.
Love to see you collaborate with a Caribbean producer. We still wear
and I got a Beanie Man record. What am I talking about?
I lie.
I got a Beanie Man record. It was a record. It was they really messed this record up. It's called That Little Girl. And it was an artist that was on Universal her name was Grits, and she was out of Queens. And when I tell you that reggae I did on that was so heavy, and Beanie comes in on the record, trust me. So those are the three records: This Love and I Don't Know by Vivian Green, and That Little Girl by Grits and Beanie Man. Hard body.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know we still do the two-tone. We still do the stripe.
Yeah.
Okay. Bless up.
Thank you.
No doubt. Man, I feel like we have to have a part two. I know Kay want to go, but we gotta.
But it'll just be real quick.
I jump in. You got you got like literally. Go ahead, real quick, Kay.
Yo, I'm on my way to this comment joint. Kwame, last time we saw each other, I was surprised because I didn't know you DJ for Vivian Green. It was at City Winery 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But also, yep. What's up?
So you was at Chicago? In Chicago?
Yep. I'm here now.
Okay.
Yeah. Real quick, one, that song Light Up is dope on there with Ghostface. And speaking of Ghostface, everyone forgot that he did Good Times. It was a white label where he used the theme song for Good Times on the break.
Oh.
Him and yeah.
I never heard that. I
still got the white label vinyl. I can't find it digitally nowhere. But But in that it's two things. One, Common is gonna be with an orchestra, and the reason why I mention that, if you want to do a score, the guy that's doing the conducting, he's a black guy, and he's getting the sheet music transpired by the other guy who did the Nas symphony orchestra and Red Rock. And you gotta look up the conductor's names. I can't look at it off the bat. But I'm saying, like, if to do scores for what you want to talk about and have that edge, those are two guys I would look up.
Oh, bet. No, I definitely do that. I'll do the
Yeah, good to see you again, man. I hope to do an interview with CT Radio down the line, man. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks, CL and everybody, Digiwaxx, for having this. This was another dope session.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
I feel incomplete. I gotta be honest. We're gonna have to do a private listening and conversation with Kwame, because I'm not satisfied with the answer. I like to crack codes. You know what I mean? I like to crack codes, and I
would like to play some of the new records. At some point, over the summer, let y'all hear where it's going, and so you can see the vibe that I'm on. And it's like I said, that stroke different. That's the bar where I'm at, and everything is shooting off from that. So it's not like I'm going to be playing stroke different and then goes from stroke different to some trap music record or something like that. I'm in that zone. I want it to sound as raw, as classic, but yet new at the same time. Like I'm not overproducing it. I'm not over EQing things. You know, it's just raw, man, and hopefully imaginative. I want y'all to, you know, imagine and think while these records are playing. So I would love to just come back and just drop records on everybody and let y'all hear them.
Nah, no doubt. I think we're gonna do a special Thursday session to do that. I think we should just do it with you straight up, and we'll jump on just like how we do, and we'll get into it and really get into it how we get into it without time constraints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yo, thank you as always, man. Thank you for all the music. You know, we didn't get into your discography, but you sort of touched on some of the stuff you've done. But there's so much more. You've contributed so much, and you're such a good ambassador for the culture.
Thank you.
It's so needed that people can speak to the foundation as well as the vision for it. It's not too many people that can do it. You know, with just proper thought. Yeah, Kwame. So yeah, no, I just want to you know, give you your props, and I'm serious about doing a private joint because I think it's needed, and I love the record, man. I just see it with exactly what you said, you know, in terms of Will, that lane between the Will Smiths, Kid and Plays, really creative videos and fun videos and content. I think is also going to push it without having to force nothing. It is fun. It is what it is. So,
and I appreciate everybody for giving me, you know, your positive feedback, and you know, I appreciate any and every spin of the record. You know, like I said, this is a passion project, a labor of love. There's no like big machine attached to it or any of that. It's just, I'm just trying to put out music that speaks to the people that understand the same things that I understand. So I you know, like I said, super appreciate it.